Where
is it? Just now. Okay, so yeah, welcome everybody. So let's get into it
Thank
now.
you, ma.
Yeah. So I said I'm going to talk about language, and that's because, like I continue to say, all I'm saying, all that is motivating me in doing this work or doing this research is actually, I mean, doing these meetings with you people. I was supposed to get into talking about references now, but I just was looking at some of your work. The other day, after the conference, at the night in the conference, I think the thought I was so tired, I could not work. So by the following night, I was a bit rested. So I was able to look at the work of some people that have been pending for some time. So I didn't finish until around 3 a.m. that I finished looking at all those works. And the thing I'm going to notice that is consistently the same problem I find. Yeah, I found is that we're going to have problem with research. Even after I have corrected everybody's chapter one, I'm going to see you people doing the same thing. So that was why I said, okay, let me deal with that. Maybe that one will also help some people to really pick up and do something different. So and that's why I said to say, let me go into that. Because I also said I'm going to take a second look at the initial what was it called formatters. But then again, I don't really know. Maybe if I watch the video again, I'll see if I've dealt with it enough, or if any of you have questions that you may around that. But I'm really concerned about this language because it cut across all the chapters. Now that we are there with chapters one to five, so the basic things that I need. So I hope it will start reflecting in our works. But then the language aspect is also still giving me a bit of a problem. So that's why I'm looking at it. So now, uh, the first thing I want us to look at is language of proposal. And why I'm going to look at it is because we continue to have this transferring the language inside our proposal, our research proposal into the main research itself. Now, research proposal is always present uh, in the futuristic in the sense that it is still work in progress. Now, that means that is a research proposal is like a plan. And if it's a plan, that means that not be executed. So the language you don't reflect, and that's why you see what you use there is the future tense. I will do this, or we will do this, or the study will do this. That's what you see there. So the language proposal essentially is about what you plan to do. It's about what you plan to do. Is your architectural design. It's your architectural design for the research. Is the plan you are making for the research. Like now, a text one that come for text one that has come for concept note. So now if I'm writing concept note, I'm going to tell Teflon, this is what I plan to do. I have not done it. This is what I have planned to do. Even if it's a work I have already done to an extent, but when I'm presenting it to Stefan to request for research funding, I have to tell them what I plan to do. So because that's what they're calling for. When I have finished the work, yes, I can tell them what I have done. So it's very important that we understand that, and but many of us don't usually get out of this mode. That's the problem. And the reason we do that is because most times the way we do our research is that we are because especially because we are submitting in bits and pieces. So it makes us to think that you are still going to. But by the time you enter your chapter one, you have moved from proposal, you have now moved into research report. Because that nobody will tell you to submit proposal for defense. What they will ask you to submit is your research report, which is your MA dissertation as it concerns you, or PhD thesis if it is someone that is doing PhD. So now let's look at the language of research report. So we are look at that of the other one that it is futuristic, but that of research report. So what does it say? So research report indicates a report. Oh, please, that should be a research. Let me correct that. It indicate that a research have been conducted. So that's what it means. It means a research have been conducted. That's what it means. Sorry, I just had to. I was trying to conserve the battery. So I didn't actually, I just did the slides not too long ago. So I didn't have the chance to go through it again. Normally I do whatever I want to do ahead of time, but today I could not open this laptop. I said I have to conserve the battery to be able to do this one. Now that I know I don't have an option. So, so because it indicates that the research has been conducted, and that in that case, the language is expected to reflect this. And when you are doing a report, that means something that is already past tense, something that has been done, something that is assumed that is completed. So now the thing I noticed in what we submit is that we tend to still use futuristic tense like will. You are no longer will. Because once you enter your chapter 1, you move into the research report mode. Now, this is good that we are still, so if you are doing futuristic, that it's still telling you that you are still at the planning stage. Then we should ask ourselves this question. We should ask ourselves, what stage am I in this research I am reporting on? This I'm writing, at what stage am I? Because if you are still saying, you are still trying to convince me that you should conduct that research, then you should use we. But if you are telling me now you are moved to the mode of reporting on the report, then you should should use a different kind of tense. And so that is why I just felt it is very, very important that we do this today. So now, and that's a finding the middle point. So what is the middle point? Now the convention is to use either to past tense or present tense. Essentially, what is required is that you are consistent. But most of us now, because when you use present tense, he's still talking about completed task. So that's I think okay. It was not in this class I was teaching. It was my class in Unive. I was teaching them. Of course, at this all this level, you have to be telling them what is present tense, what is the past tense, what is this. So the present tense is not a progressive action. It's supposed to be a completed action. So now, whether it is now, but in this case, it is a habitual action. The past tells you that it is something that's completed, that is past. Now, what is required here is this. When you are, of course, when you look at what was said with the abstract, that why maybe I will still go back to those things. The department really made a comment on that it should be written in past, simple past. So that one, there's a clear language that is given. But in the research report, it said you are allowed to either stick to present or you stick to past, but be consistent whichever one you are choosing. And that is what we have always said. Some people will tell you that no, it must be past. No, you can actually report. This person asserts that, this person posits that. But you can also say it persisted that. So you are allowed, but what is consistent that is required is that you must be consistent in the test. And of course, that gives you a problem. What about when you are doing your methodology? Because you are in the field. And when you are in the field, you were actually, the actions were taken in the past. So of course, you have to report those aspects. The data was collected. Of course, you have to use those aspects in your past tense. So, because I just need to draw attention to this so that you don't now say, oh, but she has said you must use this and that. So I'm using present tense. Then I cannot use this. Because if you went to the field, you cannot say, I am going to the field. You cannot say, I will go to the field. You cannot say, I am on the field because you have already finished from the field. So that also will influence your test. And so I need to draw your attention to that when you are talking about the session of methodology. But then there are sections of methodology also that you can actually safely use your present tense. So and that is it. So if you decide to use present tense, be consistent with it. Please let's leave, once you are left the proposal stage, please let us leave the future tense will, let us leave it out. Let us leave it out. So even at best, if you want to talk about would or something that has to do with, I wouldn't know what other condition you bet. Maybe there are condition you may want to use would. Yes, you may be able to use that, but please let us leave the past tense out. So mixing up your language use is unacceptable. It's very, very unacceptable. If some of your work that I read, I will see some of you use, he posted that, they now say she asserts that. I mean, you have to be consistent. The one you want to choose it and stick with it, especially when you are doing your literature review. I think that many of you have that problem a lot. But then, so if you also are going to talk about your introduction now, you say that this chapter presents or this chapter discusses, then maybe you want to say that you now want to close at the end. Yes, of course, when you are giving a summary, this chapter has maybe presented or presented this, and then the next chapter presents. So that also will serve you. So that also will serve you. So there's need for you to be able to know, and that is also the art of the writing of the report. So you'll be able to know how to master these things and use them properly. So it means that you avoid using of future tense except it's absolutely necessary. I wouldn't know where it will be, but I'm just saying if in case if it isn't absolutely necessary that you must use it. So I wouldn't know where it will be, it will fit. Maybe when I'm reading a work, I may see where it features, I may say, okay, this is acceptable here. But then you can also use the futurities that is the past tense of it. I mean the like would or could, which means something else anyway. By the time you use them, it's a more polite projection, like like when you say will. Will is telling you that it is in the future, which is, but you could have said would could actually be something that is a futuristic part of something that is even actually just used out of politeness. I wouldn't know. But then where it you feel is absolutely necessary, and that's also the art of the control of the use of language. But as English students, I think we should be able to learn that. But please let's stop mixing up. When they say that that you will see, you are still going to, we are talking about chapter 2, say you will still go to the field. For God's sake, no. This is a research report. Please, even if you wrote it like that, by the time you are getting it to me, please try and sit down and look at your tenses, consciously look at your tenses, and then correct those things. Please, I will appreciate that. So this is that what I so let's talk about possible questions and discussion. So this that's what I want to say now. So I will let people to also make their comments and to give their opinions or to make their whatever they want to say at this point. Please, you are free to make your comments. Essentially, these are the things I wanted to share with us. So if there's anything I left out that you people think I should talk about, you can also talk about it. But if you also have something you want to say. But essentially, that is that some of you usually have, and another time I must also say that some of you actually have serious problem with your language. And I advise some supervisors send their students to me to do editorial work for them. Though maybe they bring it when it's the complete work. But some of you, if you think your language is so poor, you can use the Grammarly feature. I think there are sessions that are free. Then you can if you are not too confident of yourself that I mean there's nothing wrong with you paying somebody to look at it. Just stop giving me headache. But if you're English student and you're doing masters now, you cannot edit your work. I wouldn't know. I know people that's what they are using to eat, and this is with their masters. So I wouldn't really know how you got into the program. Sincerely, I've been tortured by students with this kind of thing because I will expect so much more from you. I will expect so much more from you. Now. Some I just let me even get passable usages, and it's not good for your level. But if the supervisor is rejecting you, got to say the supervisor is just wicked. It is not true. It's not all the time. You make my life easy by giving me work that I don't have to be struggling with the language. So that if I can focus on the content, then I can properly guide you. So, but I just think this one now, because some of you that I would have assumed also are making these mistakes. And there's nothing wrong with you. When I was in US, when I tell people that when I finished my PhD, I was thinking I was going blind because every day when I was going to when I was going to submit my work, because the first chapter I get to my supervisor, they say I'm your supervisor, not your editor. And after that, anytime, even when it's the whole chapter, everything, I will at time I will read. It is 6 a.m. I will finish reading what I was going to submit to him. And that was when I would just enter bathroom, take my bath, and start traveling to you and then. Shebi this you can even send to me by email. That I had to carry the whole thing to him printed. So I will read and print, and then I will just enter bathroom, take my bath, and be on my way to you and then. That was all. So people, but I just knew that this is what I had to do. No, nobody's going to do it for me. So you people should also know that. Make my own life easier so that I can concentrate on the core of the work. Okay, so please, if you have questions or you want to discuss something or want to share something, so I think essentially the thing I want to say, the forum is supposed
Good evening, ma'am.
uh, to share when I've said my own, you can say your own too. So please, you have your question. Yeah, go ahead. Or comment.
Okay, good evening, ma'am.
Good evening.
And good evening, dear classmates. You have emphasized the use of past tense or present tense and then being consistent. But
Yeah.
I don't know if there is a place for the present perfect to be used. Like maybe this report has looked at this or so. I don't know if that is possible or if we must stick to the simple past or the simple present only.
Now, if you are using the perfective form, it has its present function, it has its past, right?
Ma?
If you are using the perfective form, you are talking about the
Yes, ma.
perfective form. It has its present,
Yes,
it
ma.
has its past. Is that not so?
Yes, ma. I'm talking of the
Yes.
present
So,
perfective form.
yeah, there's present perfective and there's past perfective. Is that not so?
Yes, yes, ma.
So, for God's sake, when you are writing something and you are saying it, you see, you guys are not babies. You're not babies. Essentially, the problem we have is inconsistency in usage as well as the futuristic usage. It doesn't mean that I'm putting people in a pigeonhole that once you are using this, they are for course there's that flexibility. And that was why I drew your attention to chapter 3. The answer of chapter 3, when you are going to the field to collect your data, I cannot say you should use present tense when you are supposed to use past. Is that also? So if you are doing a present tense and you want to use perfective, then sensibly I think it makes sense to use present, except where absolutely what you are referring to is past perfective. And you know what the past perfective that is happened and happened and happened. And so in that case, I can't tell you, and that of course, when you're making reference probably to a particular work that somebody has done, of course, if he has done it before, still person now took it up, so it is okay. It's okay. You can use the perfected but I'm just telling you that there's no way I will say that if you are using a tense and you are making mistakes, I will not know from what you are writing. If you are being consistent with your usage in the same structure, the kind of structure that you have used before, and then you are using it again, I will not know it is, and that is what I am talking about. And sincerely, I don't really know how else I will explain this thing. It doesn't mean I'm putting you in a straitjacket. It doesn't mean that you cannot have flexibility of language usage. But when you are making mistakes, it's because you do not understand what language that is appropriate, then I will also know.
It's
Is
okay,
it
ma.
clear?
Yes, ma. It's clear.
Okay.
Thank you, ma.
Yeah. Any other question or comments? All these are PhD people. You are not telling us anything. Am I not supposed to be telling you to tell you people to help me teach this class if I'm not available? I have these PhD people. And I said, see they learn.
Hello, ma. Good evening, ma. This is Eric.
Okay.
Yes, good evening, class.
Yeah.
I I only have to commend you for the effort you are doing because to me, since I've been schooling, I had NC, I did NC, I did my first degree, and then now I'm doing masters. But actually, research work is always the challenging part. You have to continue to learn every day when you
Yeah.
are writing research. What you did before may not be exactly what you are doing now. So, to me, I think from what you said, yes, when I learned that I have to do a lot, I also have to be consulting other people to help me look at this work, help me edit it. And I think that is the level that I have also devised so that the workload will be reduced, minimized on you. So it's commendable that you have organized this seminar for us, and I think we will continue to improve
Okay.
because I actually know that you also have a lot of work to do. You have a lot of students. When I saw the number of students on that platform, I now said that truly you have a lot to do. So we are praying that God should give you the health and
Yeah.
the strength to do it. We also
Yeah.
do our best to make sure that we meet up our target.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Yeah, I appreciate you appreciated that. Those ones are now students, so we are not talking about the Uniben one. Yeah, it is well. Okay. Any
Thank you.
further comments? If we just make my life easier, that is all. Sincerely, like I think I had to score one of yours. It was I just said, please don't harass. See, if I am not something is not holding me, there's nothing that stops me from looking at my students' work. That's just the truth of the matter. But I don't like to waste students' time. I don't believe in that. I've never experienced it, but even if I've experienced it, I will not punish somebody else for that. So me, I don't really believe that. Well, are you guys okay? So I don't believe that the way to go about it is to be making a student's own life to be difficult. So no, I don't believe in that. But the the way it is the way it is the way it is. It's not easy for me, but I'm also glad that some of you are taking it seriously and you are coming. So I'm glad about that. So it's showing me that I'm not wasting my time. Otherwise, at the stage, I was actually feeling like that. Okay, I think some people took, somebody said her phone was almost there, another time. I'll take note of that because she had been consistent, which she had been consistent. So I will know that really she was not able to. I don't know what happened to Bridget. She too, she can't say she's in China. She cannot say that her life went off in China. So I don't know, but it's okay. So it is the way it is. But what is within my own power, I will do all my best to help people. And I want people to do well too. And I will also advise, please. Um, See, it's better you do a good work than to be in a rush and do a bad work. Because it is me you'll be punishing. Because I had to be reading what I should have probably read was. I mean, one of you wrote chapter one, about two of you said wrote chapter one, and immediately I said, okay, go to the next chapter. So that one is there for me. And really, if they are constant like that, why will I know? Why will I be holding you? Once you do it that part, I just tell you, okay, go ahead. It's faster for me too. It's faster for me. Because I said I did my PhD within 2 years, it is not a lie. That's how fast. And even that, my supervisor not even taking me seriously at the beginning. Until I didn't quarrel with him. I just went to tell him, and then he saw that I was serious. I decided to do my work. And really, within 2 years, I actually finished. So just buying time. That was how I did the 3 semesters. I mean, the 6 semesters. So that because he said UI would not allow me to go. That was the only reason. But the fact that I finished on time does not mean they will allow me to go. So that is just it. But inside this, I did intensive reading. I did all of that, and I was thinking through. Of course, like I said them at the beginning, even when I had to ask somebody, I said, is it the way it is? But even when I was sleeping at night, I would just wake up and I would remember sometimes I run to my table and go and put it down so that I'll not forget it. That's how intensely I read. Uh-huh. So by me, even all this cybersecurity I did there, it drained me, but at least today we are graduated now. So, so that's just it. Please, just do a good work. Just put yourself that you to critique the work by yourself, and it makes it easier for you to look at. And please let us read widely. Eric, please read. Read and into what do you call it? And into I don't know how do I put it now. And bring together your thoughts and streamline it. And I shall reading with your critical mind. So that helps you to begin to integrate and put together your thoughts and to query things. Don't take everything hook, line, and sinker. Interrogate them. That is very important. So I hope you people will use the
Yes, ma'am.
classroom beyond me just saying I'm sending things. You people can use it to ask yourself a question. That's why I like to create chat room so that students can interact and ask questions among themselves. Is that okay? I know all of you, we are different levels that are there,
Yes,
but
ma'am.
it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, you're all my students. So whether you
Mm.
are giving me big man work or small man work, it's something that uh so whichever one, you see, essentially research is the same pattern. Once you understand it's the same pattern, but
Mm.
you just do it that what is expected at another level, what I would expect a undergrad to do. A PhD cannot give me that. I will throw it away, I will throw it at the person's face. So that's just the difference. So there's a higher reason that is expected. But there's something I will take from an undergraduate I will not take. Like all these my students in Uniben, all of them ran away because of exam. Me said, now I'm not around now. So and their own is a in-person thing. So that's just if it is the other side now would have moved to the mode of sending it to me by email. But they don't know that. So when I get back, we continue. And that's the way it is. But they cannot now be forcing me because when I was available, they were not ready. All of them ran away. They said they were doing exam. And I saw the way they did when I just got there last semester. When they get the deadline, everybody now started running up and down. Everybody started running up and down because they get the deadline when they were supposed to submit second semester. There's no problem. Once I'm available, we'll do it. Me, I have no problem. I will do my work. Once they submit, I will do. But it's me that I pursue them now. But later they to start pursuing me. So that's the way it is. Okay, so nice talking to all of you. There's no more question or comment. Then we can call it a day. I hope somebody picked something from today's interaction.
Yes, ma.
Yes, thank you, ma.
So much. Thank you so much, ma. We are grateful. Very
Okay.
grateful.
So Fatima, which day will you help me teach them? What will you want to teach them? Because you are the only one coming now. Your second not they come. You just miss comment in the chat room and go and sleep.
Good evening, ma.
How are you? Where is the family?
I'm fine, thank you, ma. We are all fine, ma. Good evening, classmates.
Good
They are
evening,
not your classmates, so they see you. Don't mind that.
Good evening, doctor.
Which day are you going to teach them? So you don't have any to share with them?
No, ma. Mine is to show my gratitude to you, ma. Thank you so much for finding time.
Until I give you somebody to supervise for me. Don't worry, I will find somebody and give you to supervise.
Please let us supervise you.
Thank you, ma.
No, don't worry, I will get you somebody to supervise for me. That time you have time for me.
Okay, ma. I'm grateful.
Okay, well done, everybody. So take care. Regards to your family.
Okay. Good night, ma.
Good night, everyone. Post it. Okay.